Welcome back to one more day where we go over the internet's regrets, hardships, experiences, and comebacks. One of the best things we can do is learn from other people's mistakes, take them, absorb them, and then apply that in our own life. So glad and so fortunate that people are willing to share, their mistakes, embarrassing or not. And now we're able to learn. We don't always have to walk in some situations, we don't always have to walk in those shoes ourselves. We can observe and then make decisions from there. I got a good story for you today. But before I get into the story, remember, one more day is so important. Never underestimate the power of one more day. One more day of eliminating distractions from your life. One more day of staying disciplined, staying on top of your goal, or one more day of reviewing the goals you wrote down. When was the last time we did that? One more day of choosing who to prioritize in your life. Are you making yourself a priority? Remember, a better you is better for everyone around you, right? Like how they say on an airplane. They say, put your oxygen mask on first, then help everybody else in the case of an emergency. So make sure that you're good, because when you're good, you can be tremendous to everyone else around you. So one more day of checking in on that, all right? So here's the story. Guys, I love creating content, by the way, just reading off stuff. So here we go, though, getting into it. This is called, Why Do I Feel Bad About This? All right. Hey guys, so me and this girl have been together on and off since April 2020. And this was posted 1 month ago, by the way. Continuing. We broke up for 2 months, here and there, but mainly we've been together since. Our relationships has been so confusing. It's been amazing, rocky, uncertain, the best one I've had in yet. I love her with all my heart, but this time we got back together, I've been really working on myself, my tone, my insecurities, my demeanor towards her, and the relationship, and honestly, I love it. She, on the other hand, has not been too productive. She has since we first met, but lately, she's been getting physical. She's punched me on 3 separate occasions, but whenever I bring it up, she says it was an accident. Guys, if you're getting punched out, you have to consciously clench your fist and throw it. You're not getting punched by accident. Not true. No accountability, no ownership of this adult's actions right here. But anyway, but for whatever reason, people are sometimes attracted to that. And then we'll see what happens. So, she jumped into my car and ripped the keys from the ignition and took my car to park it and locked me outside till 4 a.m. Guys, if your girl is locking you outside your car till 4 in the morning, she might not be the one. Continuing. She would call me names and belittle me sometimes, but only sometimes. All my friends and family said that I need to leave her, but I love her. It's that fatal attraction. Oh man. Some dudes. See, and just quick pause. This is why you can't be in like a scarcity mindset where you think that nobody's ever going to love you again or nobody's ever going to want you again. That's why sometimes people stay, because they don't have either a lot of high self-esteem or a lot of high self-confidence, where this is the only person I'll ever get, so I have to stay in this toxic, or I have to stay in this, abusive, or whatever word you want to use, not ideal situation, because who else is going to love me? Get that thought out your head immediately. That is extremely self-sabotaging and detrimental to you and your well-being and peace of mind. Okay, stop thinking like that. Continuing. So, all my friends and family said I need to leave her, but I love her. They've never seen the good side of her. They've never made they've never made the memories we've made together. This last weekend we went out and she was clearly going through it. IDK how many she's drank, but she was drinking all day. We were out of the bar and she almost got into a fist fight with some other girl there, but I broke it up. And when we got into the car, I said, "This is so embarrassing. We are done." Okay, so he grew a pair. Continuing. And she open hand slapped me across the face. I was upset and crying. No, don't cry. This dude was crying. Don't cry in front of her. Save the tears, man, until you're out of her sight if it's that hurtful. Anyway, continuing. I was upset and crying, and she started throwing fists at me while I was driving her back home. It was a few miles of getting punched before I pushed her back so I could call for help. You're getting punched while driving somebody home. That now it's not just about you, it's about other people on the freaking road. This is ridiculous. Okay, continuing. It was a few miles of getting punched before I pushed her back so I could call for help. I was trying to call my mom to let her know what was going on in case anything happens. We get on the freeway and she's ripping my ear, punching me in the head and face, ripping the steering wheel from my hands, going across all lanes while I'm pushing her away while getting punched. There you go. So now this dude's risking a car crash, risking men, women, and children's lives because he doesn't have a pair of balls and is now willing to put up with this while still driving. Didn't even pull over, still driving, going over multiple lanes. Like, this is the stuff like that is it's just annoying to read. It's super annoying to read. Ridiculous. Folks that put up with this. Continuing. Okay, so I eventually, pull over and go to call my mom, and she calls 911. Like, bruh, look at who this guy's got to be, like super young or something. You call, "Hey mom, can you call 911 for me? I'm getting punched and assaulted while driving on the freeway, mommy." What are we doing here? You take the initiative, you call 911. Don't call your mom to call 911. What are we doing? Anyway. So eventually pull over and go to call my mom, and she calls 911. And so did I, to let them know what's going on, because she was already on the phone. The cops come and they see me bleeding from my mouth, scratches on my face, and bleeding my ear, and my ear bleeding as well. I was so upset. She messed his stuff up. I was so upset they asked me if I wanted to press charges, and all I could think of is her doing it before. So did she press charges on him before? Or anyway, all I could think of is her doing it before and how much worse it could get. So I said yes. Okay, I see. I feel terrible about it because I do love this girl, but I feel like a piece of shit because I pressed charges. I'm not someone to run to the cops, but I wanted her to understand you can't be doing that. Was it wrong for me to press charges? Will she ever talk to me again? Or is it backstabbing? Is it a backstabbing thing doing what I did? Thank you for reading. All right. We've got some comments that we're going to comment on. But first, stories like that, man. Okay, so let's recap. Get your girl. She gets into a fight with a bar, physically assaulting you, belittles you, calls you names. Then you're trying to take her home, and then attacks you while you're trying to take her home, by the way, on a freeway that causes you to switch lanes multiple times to the point where you're bleeding in the mouth, nose, scratches on the face and ears, and fortunately you're able to pull over, you're in so much trouble that you call your mommy to call the cops, and then the cops arrive, and then you press charges, and then ask, will she ever love me again? What a joke. You guys, if you know this, and this is why we got to build up self-esteem, because I do not want any of you guys to tolerate anything like this, not for 1 second. Because first of all, even if he does take her back, she'll never respect him, never. She can get away and do all that to him, and he'll still keep coming crawling back. Baby, I love you. I didn't mean to press charges. I didn't mean it. What a joke. So, guys, all of you, keep working on yourselves and filling your mind with very positive affirmations and building up your self-esteem and self-confidence, because you're not tolerating this. We don't do that here on this channel. We don't tolerate stuff like this. So we're just going to read off some comments and then we'll go from there. So Far Harlot said, "You are absolutely not a terrible person or wrong for pressing charges. I can't imagine how difficult this must have been. I am proud of you. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, deserves to be hit and treated the way you were. Hurting someone and punching them is not love. Exactly. That's abuse. I'm so sorry you had to go through that from somebody you love. Please press charges and never take her back. No matter what she says, sometimes it helps to think. What would you tell a friend in your position? Would you think they were a bad person? You did the right thing for your health and safety, because it sounds like she was escalating. You are never a bad person for protecting yourself, and I wish you all the best healing." Ooh, this guy hit it right on the head. He couldn't have said it better. And sometimes I'll give this guy a small break, because love does make you blind. We've all seen it, or we all know somebody, or we've all heard a story where one party's getting beat, but they keep going back to the guy, or they keep going back to the girl. In this case, is what it looks like. And we don't get it. And that's literally because of that emotional constraint that other person has on them. And love just makes us funny, makes people funny sometimes. So, guys, try to recognize the red flags, and have higher standards. If I could ask you one thing, have higher standards. They get basically one strike. And if you can't come to an amicable solution, or if this is repeated behavior, go with your gut and do not tolerate with stuff like this, because it's not going to stop. Imagine if you moved in and had a family with her. It's only going to get worse. It's only. So don't let it get to that point, you guys. And man, stay safe out there. Jeez.
I got Coach Kern. Coach Kern, bring it, Coach.
Hey,
Coach Kim.
Can you hear me?
Is it Coach? Yeah, Coach Kim. How many? No?
Yeah,
That's it.
that's me. So now I'm a business owner. I've done every fitness professional's dream to go independent. I have done it. Every day at 2:30 p.m. to 5, I prospect. That is all I do, prospect. No one interrupts me, no women, no homies, no friends. I don't care. If you're cool, I'll call you after 5. I do not care.
Who's your favorite uncle, man? Who's your favorite uncle, brother?
All right.